What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the latest episode of Wildcard Wednesdays. I'm back on a cut, so I can't do a beer review. I'm just going back to light beer until I'm done with my cut, which will be March 1st. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic, and I'm going to be talking about how philosophy is a really practical thing, and it's benefited me ever since I started learning about it and putting it into use in my life. So primarily, I'm interested in the Stoic school of philosophy. It's very practical. And I'm also interested in its precursor, cynicism. Cynicism isn't like the modern fucking interpretation of the word. It means like dog-like, basically because they lived in accordance with nature. They lived like dogs. They valued shamelessness. They valued living in accordance with nature and having like minimal attachments to like everything. And the Stoics came from that. They kind of made it more of a society version of cynicism, because cynicism was very much animal-like in its views, but Stoicism is more of a society. Like, they valued helping society, making society better, that kind of deal. But basically, Stoicism's practical because it has, like, everyday uses. Like, the Stoic branch of ethics says like there's virtues and vices, but ultimately there's like certain virtues like courage, endurance, patience, and you can see things around you as like a perfect test of those virtues, and you can make yourself stronger. And the Cynics did kind of the same thing. Like they would expose themselves to the cold, to extreme heat, hunger, to make themselves stronger. And the Stoics did similar things through their virtues. There's also like Stoic logic too, which is like useful in like arguments and stuff. And it's kind of like the basis of like fucking like computer science, because it uses the same kind of logic behind shit. Like, for example, if a branch falls, it's a dead branch. And that's like one thing in the Stoic logic. So like if it's not a dead branch, it wouldn't fall. But that could also be a logical fallacy, because it could have fallen for other reasons. Because it's the healthy branch, it could have fallen because it was like sawed off, or it got chopped off, or it got struck by lightning. So ultimately, they would deduce things. They would ask questions and like create things like if A, then B. And that would be like how they would like figure things out. There was a guy, Chrysippus, who lived like a really long time ago. And he was like one of the Stoic philosophers who like came up with a lot of that shit. And it's pretty interesting stuff. Like in their daily life, you can like accept things that are outside your control. Like this is like one of the most practical things. Like ultimately, it's raining a little bit right now. Is that in my control or outside my control? It's outside my control. And is it necessary that it's raining right now? If I can't do anything about it, then of course it's necessary. And I'm glad that it's raining, because that is the way to experience this specific moment. That's like how you could like fucking use like the whole amor fati, which means love of fate. That's something they had in there. And that's a really practical thing, which is like the rain. It's outside my control, so we're fated to be in the rain right now. So I appreciate it. And the rain feels nice. You can feel the drops falling down, and it kind of wakes you up. And that's how I like incorporate other things. Like I don't really just focus on that. I also focus on like being mindful, like appreciating the moment. You can control your brain, your thoughts, and everything just by focusing on the moment. Like if I focused on what I could hear right now, that grounds you. And that's pretty cool. Like if you're feeling stressed out, you won't feel stressed out anymore if you practice that. And there's like a whole bunch of cool shit. Seriously, look up Stoicism, look up cynicism, and just get practicing in philosophy, because it'll really help you out. But anyway, it's going to wrap up today's Wildcard Wednesdays. Thanks for watching. And hey, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, because I'll always be back for even more.